All right, settle down, everyone. Settle down. I've called this staff meeting together because we need new ideas for blogs. It's a new week. Ideas for videos. Anyone?
You should do an episode on dog treats.
No, that's a stupid idea. I cook for human beings. I teach humans how to cook. Other ideas.
You should do dog biscuits.
I've already said no to that. As a matter of fact, you're fired. Get out of here. You're fired. Ideas. Anybody else? Ideas? Yes, darling. You're way too hard on him. You should consider doing dog treats. Aw, you're my favorite. And since you put it that way, maybe we'll do an episode on dog treats today. I'm Chef Todd Moore. My mission is empowering people to cook without recipes. They experience the freedom to cook what they want, how they want it. The confidence to take control and try new things. The health benefits of fresh, wholesome foods. And the family-strengthening bonds of dinner time together, as well as the money they save by eating well. Live without rules. Cook without recipes. It's a no-recipe lifestyle. I've gotten emails in the past asking me to do dog treats, and I kind of responded with, I cook for humans. But the dog bakery near me went out of business, and I'm a dog lover. I like rewarding my dogs. I also like feeding them good, wholesome items, so it was a very short leap for me to go do some research and figure out how to make dog treats. And you know, the thing I realized, it's so much easier than cooking for people because the dogs aren't going to complain. If I simply put items in the dog treats that I know they're going to like and include wholesome ingredients, they're going to gobble them up. And oh my goodness, I used to spend so much money on these things out of guilt for my animals. Very simple. It is the simple ingredients that we use and put together some dog treats today. There are 3, maybe 4 with the water, ingredients in my dog treats. They're whole oats, whole wheat flour, and peanut butter. I know the dogs love peanut butter. Sometimes I might put some bacon fat in or hamburger dripping, something that I might have saved because they like the bacon fat as well. But this is nutrition. This is basic nutrition for your animals. There's no byproducts in here. There's no chicken bones and offal and things like that. It's real easy to do too. Equal proportions of oats and flour. I make as many as I can at one time. So it's usually 4 cups of oats, 4 cups of flour, this entire 28 ounce of peanut butter, and I might need a little bit of water to soften it up. This again is something that you really can't mess up because you're cooking for your dog. They'll be happy for the peanut butter taste and smell, and then the whole oats. Now, I have less oats than I have flour, so I think I'm going to make enough for all these oats. And again, no recipes, but I do want to have a 50-50 proportion. So let's see how many oats I have. That's 4 cups. It's about five cups of oats that I'll put in my mixer bowl. 5 cups of oats. Let's do 5 cups of whole wheat flour. And last, this entire jar of peanut butter. This is the hardest part, just getting the peanut butter out of the jar. You really do need a mixer for this because it's very, very sticky if you try and do it by hand. Every once in a while, stop the mixer, scrape down the paddle, scrape down the sides, and get it going again. After a few minutes, it starts to look like coarse, crumbly cornmeal, like that. But of course, that's not going to hold together if I try and bake it, and that's what the water is for. So we're going to add as little water as we possibly can to make it come together in a dough, because then we want to put it in the oven and dry it out so it's rock hard. I mean, think about how hard this has to be for a dog to chew on it. It's kind of like some of the biscotti that I've had before. I'll start to add just a little bit of water to that, maybe half a cup, just so it starts to come together in a consistent dough that I can lay out. If you don't want to use water, you could use some beef broth or chicken broth. That would really excite your dog. All right, I've put about a cup of water in here. And see now how these will stick together into a dough where before it was dry, coarse cornmeal. And now simply take a sheet pan and my dog treat dough and press it all down into one layer, consistent layer in the sheet pan. And once I get it all the way out to all the edges, this fits this half sheet pan really, really well. Push it all down to a consistent width. And again, since I'm going to bake this like biscotti and it's going to be rock hard, well, we'll need to score it first. And we can use either my bench scraper or a pizza cutter. There, when I've got them all portioned out, they're ready for the oven. It's a 300-degree oven for about an hour, hour and a half. Again, they need to be rock hard. This is the hardest biscotti you ever made because you're cooking it for your dog. After about an hour, I just touch them with my finger. Yes, they're hot, but if they're still soft and the ones in the middle of the tray were still a little too soft, the ones around the edge were harder, I left them in. It's been about an hour and a half now, and I think they probably should be done. Oh my. There's an entire tray of dog treats. Natural dog treats that only have peanut butter, oats, whole wheat flour, and water in them. That's great. This is wholesome food, not only for you, because you could certainly eat them. They're like cookies without egg or leavening agent. Totally wholesome. Excellent for your dog. You don't need a recipe for it. I say this is about family, so your dog now has joined a no-recipe lifestyle. Roll over. Good dog.